He got there.
No?
I can.
Okay.
I'm just standing outside for about 2-3 more minutes.
I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Your name, sir?
I'm Sergeant Steve Rudloff with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit.
Can you spell the last name out?
Yeah, it's RUDLAFF.
And what's the situation? Can you start with the time?
Yeah. At approximately 3:20 this afternoon, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office received several 911 calls in reference to a person shot in the 1300 block of Lake Shore Boulevard. Upon arrival, they found an unidentified black male, 25 to 30 years old, inside a four-door car who had been shot, and he had also crashed into a black pickup truck. JFRD responded to the scene, and they pronounced this individual deceased. Initial investigation revealed that the victim was in an argument with another unknown black male. That unknown black male pulled out a handgun, shot the victim, and fled the area in a red Dodge Challenger. At this point, we're asking for anyone with information to please contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and or Crime Stoppers. We do know by witnesses' account there was an argument. It escalated at some point. The suspect pulled out a handgun, shot our victim, and then on foot he ran over to a red Dodge Challenger and left the area. Any questions?
Do you know the identities of the parties involved?
We're trying to identify the victim who was shot. However, until we can make next of kin notification, that information cannot be released, so we will release that in a further statement.
And the suspect?
At this point, it's a black male, approximately 20 to 30 years old, armed with a handgun. Left the area in a red Dodge Challenger.
Okay. And do you have any idea what this argument was about? Was there any details there?
Not yet. Right now, once we identify who the victim is, we'll start reaching out to the next of kin, find out if there's an ongoing beef or anything that's going on, just to try to find out, a little bit more about personal life of the victim to find out, and obviously social media and everything else as far as the investigation will go.
Was there anybody else involved? This was just two individuals involved here?
According to witness statements, there's one suspect and one victim.
I saw the state attorney.
That's standard. State attorney will come out to most scenes, especially if there's witnesses and or other living victims.
How many units do you have here, and are there any special teams or task forces out here?
The main special team is the homicide unit. As far as patrol, I'm not sure exactly how many patrol. They obviously have enough to make the area safe and secured so that we don't have pedestrian traffic coming into the crime scene. Okay. Thank you.
Really quick, I want to go over what I know just to make sure that I got this all correct. Around 3:20, there were 911 calls of shots being fired here in the 1300 block of Lake Shore Boulevard. There was an unidentified black male who was found inside a vehicle having been shot. Was the vehicle damaged?
The vehicle actually crashed into a black truck that was trying to back up into a parking, into a driveway.
Okay.
They had nothing to do with it. They actually had an attached U-Haul. They were just moving in.
Okay. But the vehicle itself wasn't damaged by gun by.
No, there's bullet strikes to that vehicle.
Okay.
So there were multiple rounds fired. We don't know how many times the victim was struck, but sadly at this point he is deceased.
All right. So it's believed that he was shot while he was inside the vehicle.
He was inside the vehicle.
Okay.
And matter of fact, the car was in drive when he was shot. So he had his plane. Obviously, when they were having the argument, he possibly had his foot on the brake. After he was shot, the foot came off the brake. The car drove down the street and crashed into a truck.
Pronounced dead at the scene.
At the scene.
At the scene. Okay. Do you have an approximate age on the victim?
25 to 30 years old.
25. All right. Anything else at this point?
Not at this time.
Well,
the main thing that we want to reach out to the community about is that the suspect left in a red Dodge Challenger. It was a black male. So if there is community help out there, we would really appreciate it. Call the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and or Crime Stoppers.
And what's the next step in the investigation here?
To find out who the victim is, identify him, make next of kin notifications, speak to the family, try to find out what's going on in the victim's daily life, who could have been the suspect, has he got a beef with anyone? Obviously, just a standard investigation as far as trying to build, victimization of who he is.
And homicide's running the show.
Homicide's running the show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.